Hello everyone. A few weeks ago we built a power box for a solar setup. We've got 1 week left before the prep meet, so I'm going to finish it off. I've made a few revisions for recommendations from people. Off camera it had another spray of the paint and the stencil put on. Now I've got to attach the straps that we've had made, do a few wiring revisions, put it all together and it should be sorted. Right, for the straps, they're going to go on the underside. I'm going to use this 3/4 ply to make a couple of little feet, one there and one there, and screw in from the inside, and hopefully that will hold it. Also, that will slightly keep the battery off the ground. Not that I can see it making much difference. But so normally, because I'm quite a lazy person, I would get a skill saw out or a jigsaw to cut this, but I'm having such a lazy day I can't be bothered to get an extension lead, so I'm just going to use a handsaw. And everyone knows when you're in the woods, the Bahco Laplander is a pretty good saw. And for like builder's saws as well, the Bahco saws blow away these Irwin things, they're awful. Alright, that's a rough idea of what I'm aiming for. I just need to screw it all in now. You know what, Dad?
What?
I really wish that somehow this drill could have about 6 volts more power.
Yeah.
Do you reckon if we sort of think hard enough we can achieve it?
We use magic.
Would you believe it? It worked.
I used the right runes.
Oops.
Where are you at?
I'm coming through the top.
Hold on. Whoa.
Are you good?
Do go in a little bit more. Okay, it's not a million miles out.
Get the rest of it through here.
cutter.
Let's get the other one on. Is that the strap sort of equal? Top one first, yeah?
Yeah.
Bottom. Good?
Yeah.
Well, so I didn't have any screws short enough, so we're just going to cut them off with a grinder. I've just placed everything loosely in there. What I'm going to do is in this area here, I'm going to put like a shelf that's going to have a main on and off switch, and then an on and off switch for the USBs and one for the 12 volt stuff. The shelf itself is going to be made of a chopping board. I'll show you the bits. Here is the chopping board that I'm going to cut up. Some fuse holders and some switches. Alright, so there's a rough layout of what's going to be on the control panel. We've got the main switch that's going to turn the battery on and off, and then sort of like a mini fuse board. So we've got an on and off switch for the USBs and a fuse, and then the same for the 12 volt side. And these two bolts, they're going to poke up, and these crimps are going to go on the end of the solar leads. You just hook them on, put a butterfly nut on it, and that's the solar panel connected up. Because I like to make things as easy as possible. Right, there we have the control panel. The only problem I can see here is the whole of the box is green and this is white, so I think we're going to have to do something about that right now. Okay, so in the meantime, whilst we're waiting for that paint to dry, I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of it. And start off with the holes to hold the ply in place. Right, so there it is, with the new switches on. The plate for the switches actually hides a lot of the wiring because it's a little bit mannequin underneath that. I just now got to work out how to wire it out because the switches aren't like an inline switch. Right, I've wired up the main switch and quickly connected up the USB ports. Now it's time for the moment of truth. It seems to be working, and look, there's my phone because I'm not stupid. Well, we've come in because it started raining. Everything's getting soaked. I've got it all wired up. The main on and off switch and the USBs are working perfectly. For some reason, the 12 volts not working, and I can't work out why. I've checked everything time and time again. So I think what I'm going to do now is just disconnect the switch completely. At least a chance to win their World Cup campaign. 10 minutes in, that task became much harder. England's defence. Sweden were in total control, so when England gave Sofia Jakobsen the freedom, she provided the finish. England just couldn't break through until the vision of Jill Scott and the precision of Fran Kirby brought Lionesses to contention. Moments later, Helen White strengthened the systems and earned an equaliser. Before VAR, yet again. No, that's just done the same thing. It's just started up and switched off. Would always struggle to match the first. Lucy Bronze denied in the very last minute. A fourth place finish may be disappointing. Right, I've been fault finding for about an hour and a half now, and I can't find the fault. So what I'm putting it down to is the battery's flat. So I'm going to finish it, put it on the solar panel overnight, and let the sun get to it tomorrow in the daytime, and hopefully it starts working. Right, so the battery and all the electrics are all wired up for the running of the unit. Now I'm just connecting up the cables to connect up to this solar panel. And then this should be done about as much as we can do it. So here we have it, the finished box. We've got the 4 cigarette lighters. And then on the other side, we've got 8 USB ports. And then the guts and stuff. We've got a charge controller, a main on and off switch, our on and off for the 12 volt, and a fuse for the 12 volt, and on and off and fuse for the USB. And then these things to connect up to the solar leads, and they're wired into the charger ports on the controller. And that's it, really. I feel very tired and I'm going to go to bed now.
And there's the leads that go into the panels.
But also on this charge controller we've got 2 more DC 12 volt outs and 2 USB ports. So that's 6 12 volt and 10 USB. So we need to go shopping tomorrow, I think, and buy some devices.
Buy another radio.
Buy another radio.
Mum will divorce me.
Buy a 12 volt TV. Watch Sky News. Watch Kay Burley talk a load of rubbish.
Buy a TV, it'll get stuck on EastEnders. Yeah, enjoyable little project. I think we're done.